Hello everybody and welcome to a review of the Royal Clamshell. I like the set, but we'll get into the parts that I don't like. Now we're starting out here at the top, and there's actually a cool little feature here where you can remove this part. And then you got what's left, so here's a close-up look at that. Breaking the entire thing here. Now, one thing that I do like is that it's just high enough for Triton's throne to reach. And there's little bits of coral. These little pieces here are actually the hair from the minions that Lino sets. Those are just scattered throughout the entire set. One thing I don't like about these parts here, and the bottom ones as well, I believe it were these ones, is that the instructions actually got it wrong. Because I'll show you guys later. But let's move on to the grotto portion. And here we have the grotto. They combine two parts of the live-action film because they have the shipwreck here, and then you can take this off to reveal the rest of the grotto. But they did include a fork-core dingle hopper. And there is sextant, tea kettle, binoculars, hourglass, and a brush. Again, pieces scattered throughout. Flag mast cannot move, but like I said, you can remove this, so you can move it around to have Ariel swimming it if you want. But as we transition here, compared to the rest of the set, where it's this vibrant, colorful look as we go into Ursula's lair, you get this dark feeling because it doesn't have all this coral and whatnot, but the only bits of color here are these two fishes, which just come off easily. Now, I like Ursula's lair. It's just a bit small compared to the rest of the set. And we do have her little ball where she does the main spell, and you can move that if you want. Like, move it closer if you wanted to do Poor Unfortunate Souls. But, yeah, like the grotto, but, I mean, just the entire set in general. From the front angle, but when we get into the back, that's where it gets, well, iffy. As you guys can see, it's just a whole deal, because I get that it would be more expensive, but they should have just gone with maybe just like a piece that would fit all across, or at least something that would cover it up. But this is more of a display set, so if you're not playing with it and you just place it like this, then we're good. But let's get to the part where the instructions confused me a bit. So here's where the set got me, because these steps are fine, but if you do this, as it says, then this won't fit, because these, I believe this would be one stud lower than it should be, but it's not that big of a deal. You just add a 1x1 stud in between, and it'll work, and it was the same deal with these bits up here, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe I just didn't follow the instructions right. On to the minifigures. The first minifigure, if you could call it that, is Sebastian. I know a lot of people were upset with LEGO using this piece instead of a new molded piece, but I think it works because that's what Sebastian is in the movie, a live-action photorealistic crab. And here we have what I like to call Nightmare Fuel, or Flounder, if you want to go by what he's actually called. I don't like that LEGO used their piece that they had for the animated Flounder, because if you've seen the live action, or at least the trailers, words are hard, you will know that they changed the design of Flounder a lot. Not the same color scheme or the same shape. So, like, if you look at it from the side, it's fine, but once you look at it from the front, it's a bit, well, terrifying to say the least, especially if you just look close. You could see that ghost of a smile, which just worries me, if I'm going to be honest. Next up here we have Ariel, and I really like what they did on making this character. The tail looks really great, and the overall printing looks great. She has two faces, one smiling face, and another smiling face, where I guess she's singing, I guess part of your world. But yeah, pretty good minifigure. Really like the piece that they chose for the hairpiece, and let's get on to the next one. And here we have King Triton himself. He looks really good. I like the design for the armor and the different tail compared to the other mermaids. And one thing I wish they had done different, I wish they had made a different trident. Because in the movie it's more of like this wood trident with the goldish, orangish highlights. And I mean, this works, I guess. I mean, the face looks a bit different because it's all molded onto one piece. The beard, the crown, the eyes, and skin. I just wish LEGO had made, like, a face underneath this. Or, like, if the face was printed on the actual head and then it was just a space, an empty space. Great minifigure. I really like the look of the armor, especially. Moving on. Next up here we have Karina. Unlike the animated film, they changed the names so they would all end in A instead of starting and ending with A. I suppose it doesn't matter really because the Mer sisters were not in the movie a whole lot, but I really like what LEGO did for this minifigure. The blue looks great. I really like the purple hairpiece that they used, really reminiscent of the live action film. And she does have an alternating face, so one smiling face and give me a minute here. And another smiling face. I feel like they could have done a more stern one, because, I don't know, just some sort of difference. LEGO seems to does this a lot with multiple smiling faces with, I guess, it doesn't show a lot that they're different, but it works. And next up here we have Indira. Really like the minifigure. Tail looks great. And she actually uses the same hair as Wanda from Endgame, which is nice. She has a smiling face and another smiling face. Like I said, LEGO does this a lot, especially with this set. But yeah, great minifigure. Love the prints. Let's move on. And here we have Ursula. Really like that LEGO used the Joker hairpiece, but just made it white for her. Really works. Her tentacles look really great. It's actually the same piece they used for the animated one back in the old CMF, just with printing on it. And if we take it off, she has the same printing on her torso. Really great minifigure. She does have an alternate face. One kind of like smiling. And one bigger smile. I feel like they could have gone for a more like upset look when the spell doesn't work or something, but well, the spell did work, just I don't know, just wish it was different because it's a lot of smiling and then more smiling in this set. Really great minifigure. I do have one minifigure that I wish they added, but I'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, really great set altogether. One thing I forgot to mention before is that there are these transparent pieces that allow us to simulate swimming, which is really cool. Same piece here to go down into the grotto, I guess. But one thing that I wish they'd included, like, they have the pieces for this. I wish they had included, like, an island up here to represent Scuttle's island that he, or I guess she, has in the live action. And, like, they have a perfect seagull piece, but I guess Scuttle isn't a seagull in the live action, so... But yeah, really great set. Glad I got it. Don't have much more to say other than, I guess, if you like the live action, you should get this set, but maybe look for some other deals, like when it's cheaper or something, or maybe when it goes on sale. But yeah, great set. Wish there was more, but this is how it is, so bye.